Hey girlies, it's Augusta. Welcome back to my channel. If, like me, you've been seeing the Victoria's Secret show everywhere and anywhere and have been more than obsessed with their bombshell hair, then I'm going to show you how to get it in the easiest way possible. There are so many tutorials out there that are giving you 40-minute long curler, pin curl routine with expensive equipment, a Dyson, or just stuff that's really confusing and a huge learning curve. But I'm going to spill all the tea and show you how to get it in a heatless in literally 10 minutes. Especially as a girl who dyes her hair blonde, I like to use a little bit of dry shampoo on the root. This is going to help add some volume to the hair and also cover up the roots. If you don't really like dry shampoo or you have darker hair so it leaves a white cast, you can also use a texture spray, and I've heard the Colorwell one is really good. But this is the Batiste original dry shampoo. Of course, I'm going to be linking all the products for you below. Next up, this is optional, but you're going to want to put some product in your hair if you want it to be as glossy and glam as the Victoria's Secret Angels are. Since we've got the volume from the dry shampoo, I'm going to add some oil to the ends of my hair. NUXE golden oil is honestly so nice and luxurious. It's on the pricier side, but I really think it's worth it since you can use it on your face, hair and body. It not only nourishes, but it also adds sparkle and shine. So I use it on my chest when I'm going out to add some shine, and on my legs if I have a dress on or something. But it's just the prettiest glow. It just smells divine, like a really bougie perfume or bougie spa. Next up, you really don't need a whole like heatless curls equipment or rod, but I will link some below that are literally so inexpensive. You can buy them on Amazon or TikTok shop for super cheap, but I'm going to show you how to do it literally with your Robe belt at home, so you can do it too immediately right now. If you have a regular robe, like this towel one here, or a silky one like the VS Angels themselves, all you need to do is take the belt, or you can take your heatless curls rod, whichever one you want. Some people do this with socks, but I don't think the sock curls really work as well, and they don't give that full bombshell look. We're also going to need 2 scrunchies or hair ties like these, or softer ones that aren't going to crease the hair. A claw clip helps, but it's not necessary. I'm going to show you my hair before. It's a day old, so it's not a completely clean. You can see my roots. It's a bit frizzy because I worked out earlier. I blow dried it the other day when I dried it just straight with the hairdryer, nothing crazy. So you can see that I'm starting with kind of dead, unstyled hair. First, make sure that you have your parting of choice that you want, and then you're gonna wanna drag your fingernail all the way down the back of your head, continuing whatever your parting is and separating your hair in 2. Kind of like when you're about to do 2 braids. This doesn't have to be super accurate. You really don't need to worry about it being flat because we're going to take these out. The next step is to take your Robe belt or heatless curl rod, and you're going to want to put the ends together so you can fold it in 2. Make sure it's in half. It's probably going to be much longer than your hair, so you don't need to worry about it being exact. I'm putting the middle on my head. As you can see, it's a little bit further back. I'd say about 4 or 3 fingers back from your hairline, depending on where your hairline is. And then if you have a claw clip, you might want to just lightly clip your hair so that the rod stays in place while we're applying the curls. Now, this is not just any heatless curls tutorial. Specific way that I'm going to do it is going to give you that more like bombshell, round blush blowout kind of look. First up, you're going to want to take a section from one side of your hair. So I'm taking the front section. You want to start at the front, about this thick. Just a little section. The smaller the sections are, the smaller and tighter your curls are going to be. But if you want them big and voluminous, you don't want to make the sections too small. I would say to take a section similar to that if you were curling your hair. Brush each section in between just so that everything is super silky and seamless. We don't get any like rattiness, because the Victoria's Secret Angels definitely do not have that. Make sure that you've got the section, then you're gonna take it behind the robe or cord underneath. So you're wrapping it underneath and bringing it all the way back to the front to where it was in the first place, but it's just gone around. So just a little loop. Holding that there, and you're going to want to take a similar size section from the back of your head, making sure it's separated from the hair below. Brushing out that section, you're going to want to take this in the exact same thing on the opposite way. Take it forward and round, taking it from the back all the way around. And then you have both sections on the original side that they were on in the first place. So the section from the back is at the back, section from the front is at the front. So you're always taking it in a full 360-degree circle. Try not to get it mixed up with the sides because that's where it gets a bit confusing. I can't even French or Dutch braid, so the fact that I can do this shows how easy it is. Next up, you're going to want to take another section from the front and add it to our previous front section. So adding these two sections together from the front, about the same size. I'd say all the sections you want to take are about the same size, so you're basically doubling the amount of hair. Same thing, you're going to take it around the front, wrap it 360 degrees all the way back to the front of the hair. One more time, and wrap it all the way around and back to the front. For the first two, I like to wrap it once, but from now on, we're going to wrap it twice. And by wrapping it twice, which is not like you normally do for heatless curls, you're going to get that bombshell look where it's more curled and just more voluminous. And you can really tell, because I used to do heatless curls by wrapping it once, and the difference you can really see. In the back section, doing the same thing. Adding some more hair from the side that I'm working with. I'm going to brush it out because I like to brush it in between each step. Bringing it around 360 degrees right to the back again. I'm going to bring it around one more time just to get that extra bouncy curl. The tighter you do this to the top, the tighter your curls are going to be. Then I'm going to take the final section here, bring that into my front section. I'm going to do 2 wraps around again. Done these quite tight just so I'm going to really show you guys the full effect, but sometimes when I want just a loose curl, I'll just wrap them and then I'll end up wrapping them and they end up going way lower because each curl is more loose. Once you've got these 2 pieces at the end, then all you're going to do is just wrap them around each other, wrapping each one over the top of each other. A circle that's like crisscrossing without adding more hair. So the same thing that we did before, but just without adding more hair, so it's more simple. I'm going to take one of my scrunchies and I'm going to tie that. Since these are silk scrunchies, they shouldn't crease the hair too much and they should be better for the hair than if I were to use a normal hair tie, but really doesn't matter that much. I just don't want the bottoms to crease. Taking this clip out because I've already done one side. I look very silly, it looks kind of crazy, but trust the process. It's so good for your hair. Actually, so easy. It takes me like, you can do it in 3 minutes now. It used to take me 10 at the beginning. I'll just do it and I wake up with bombshell hair with 0 effort. And all the girlies know that if your hair looks good, you look good and you feel good. Now for the other side, basically I'm just gonna repeat the whole process on the other side. You're just gonna wanna do the rest of the hair exactly how you did it on the other side. Always going backwards and forwards. So much less complicated than using a curling iron and 10 times better for your hair. Make sure that you get all the hair from the back so that you've got no hair left out of the bunchy braid, whatever you want to call these things. So now that I'm looking a little bit crazy with my scrunchies, I can still sleep nicely on my back, on my sides, since that the back of my head is completely flat. Here's how the end looks. Obviously this is not the end hair. I'm gonna go to sleep tonight. Hopefully I'll wake up with super nice bombshell hair and super rejuvenated under eyes. I'm using the Pixie Cucumber and Caffeine under eye patches. I'll link all the products that I'm mentioning below for you so you can check those out as well as my other socials. But it's time for bed. And I'll come back in the morning to show you the results. So it's the next day and I've slept in these heatless curls, bombshell curls overnight. So you can see that they've loosened up a bit because I was sleeping, of course, and that's so normal. Like obviously it's going to be a loose bombshell curl, so it's kind of good if that happens. Also do this if you don't have overnight time in an afternoon. So say like you do a hair wash and then you like leave them on for like 3 to 5 hours if you, or however long you have. I've even done it for 1 hour before and they give a really nice loose like wave, and if you hairspray it, it's fine. So if you only have an hour, you can still do this, but I'd advise wrapping them like as tightly as possible. But I'm just showing you guys the full effect, like leaving them in for like 10 hours. I also highly recommend, just in general, getting a silk pillowcase. Here is one of mine. I have a bunch of them because they're actually really inexpensive, and then I just put them on my pillowcase. I even bring it with me when I'm traveling. And honestly, it's really good for your hair, makes your hair so much nicer. And if you're doing this hairstyle, it's gonna make sure it doesn't get too ratty and frizzy while you're sleeping. This is also another hack if you really wanna level up the bombshell hair. Now it's time for the reveal, the moment that we've all been waiting for. All you need to do, of course, is literally just take them out as usual. So taking off the little scrunchies, and then make sure that when you're unraveling them, that you're doing it gently. You're not like pulling and tugging at your hair, because we don't want to make it super ratty, and if there's any tangles, just gently separate them, because if you pull too harshly, it can kind of ruin the curl effect. Look at that, I took off my first little curl and it's literally like a little ringlet, and you can see already how pretty and bombshell like the curls are. The great thing about this is that you can do it as tightly or as loosely as you want, depending on your hair type. If you have really straight hair that doesn't hold a curl, I recommend doing these overnight. And also, if you want, you can hairspray while they're in the rod, like do a light mist all over. But look at how pretty it already is, and I haven't even brushed it out or anything. Now I'm just taking my hairbrush. I highly recommend using a wooden hairbrush if you haven't already. I switched over and I think it feels a lot nicer on my hair. I'm just kind of brushing out the roots so that they're not so stuck to my hair. That's gonna give you the volume without brushing down into the curls. As you see, I'm just brushing like that and stopping at the back of my head. Back here, you see how they're separated. I'm just gonna brush them together so that you don't get that separation in the middle from where we had the curls. And you can also do this underneath, just lightly brushing. Depending on how you did the curls, for example, if you want them to be like super ringlety, you can keep them like that. But the VS bombshells, I will say that they do brush it out a bit. You can even separate the curls like this, for example. Separate it so that it's like in more strands of hair. Lightly brush, because you can always brush more, but you can't brush less. I like to brush underneath, and that way I'm kind of separating the curls without ruining the curl too much. And then when I'm brushing over the top, I'm really careful and really light. But now you can see they're a bit more brushed out, a bit more loose curls. Bring up my hands to the side, you can add some more texture spray, some hair oil, some dry shampoo, whatever you feel like your hair needs to get the desired effect. How pretty that bombshell curl is. I'm going to show you guys from behind. I'm absolutely obsessed with how this looks. It's completely heatless, and you can see that from before versus now, my hair looks 10 times better. I can even style this hair, so say I wanted to do like a cute half up, half down, like pin some bits back. I have so many hairstyles on my YouTube shorts, so check those out too. And if you guys want like a hairstyle video, I can show you my everything shower routine, everything I do for my hair care. Since I dye my hair, like I had to do a lot of hair care. But look how pretty you can see the curls. It's kind of giving like Princess Victoria's Secret bombshell hair. And this is honestly gonna last me the whole day. As the day goes on, I could brush them out more if I wanted, but I'm gonna let them fall a bit. I literally have gone to the gym, I put my hair in a claw clip, and it still looks like this after. So just an FYI, this is probably one of the best ways to maintain your hair. I find that a blowout doesn't last as long as this. Look how shiny and nice my hair looks from all the products that we use. There you have it, the full VS bombshell hair tutorial. As you can see, I am obsessed with this hair. You can hairspray it, run your fingers through just to get that really desired bouncy blowout effect. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know if you try it out. If you have any questions, comment them below, and check out all the products I use below as well as my other socials. I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel, because I work so hard on making content that you guys love, And yeah, let me know if you want to see anything specific. I'm always open to ideas and suggestions. If you watched the VS show this year, comment down below your favourite look, and I am actually having a watch party tonight. I have managed not to watch it yet, but I've been seeing it a little bit on TikTok, so I'm so excited to do my full watch party tonight. I'll definitely be posting content about that, so stay tuned. I also have a Victoria's Secret makeup look that you can pair with this hair if you really want to jazz up and get the whole Victoria's Secret bombshell hair and makeup look. So I'll link that below for you as well. But I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.